falling asleep, barely walking, and they're telling me like, yeah, don't worry, we got him. We're gonna take him home, yada yada. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, he's an old man. I'm pretty sure he's like 82, and who knows what medication he's on, whatever. But that is not, in the kindest way of saying it, not my fucking problem. Using this lady's name because I don't know her fucking name. She drives me fucking crazy, and every fucking week she finds something else and contorts it. Stop tipping with your compliments. You know how they always say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade? Well, what about the fucking water and the sugar? You know what I mean? And maybe some ice for a nice, refreshing fucking beverage. How did that ever make sense? Like, whoever, you know what I mean? When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. But hopefully you've already acquired sugar, water, and some ice, and maybe a spoon and a pitcher. I mean, I'm just saying, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But hey, welcome back to the Miami Sports Bar Podcast. I am Joey, your host. I'm so glad to be back. It's been a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys seen. I did put together the proposal video for our friends Steph and Sean, soon to be Steph and Sean Padron. Congratulations. Hold on, we'll give them a. I'm sure you guys miss me. No. That's Saint's voice saying no. Nice, beautiful new sound effect that I'm gonna be overusing. Do you guys think it's possible for me to overuse that sound effect? No. Good, I didn't think so. Anyways, so it was a beautiful time. I spent the day kind of just following her around with the camera, and then a week later, finally sat down and put everything together. It came out really nice. I'm glad, people in her family that weren't able to be there, and Sean's family, etc., were able to see it. And friends of ours, obviously, were also able to see it. And, I'm glad that a lot of people, gave me a lot of good responses towards it. Some telling me they're crying, how emotional it made them. And I'd be lying if I didn't have somewhat of a fucking large ego. And, I kind of spent that time just taking it and being like, yeah, tell me how good it was. Oh, it made you cry? Oh, I bet it did. Oh, it was a little funny too? Perfect. I love it, But yeah, no, I'm really glad that I was able to do that for them. And I mean, it was a good time. And I got to learn a little bit about the whole editing side. I mean, obviously it was nothing crazy. Of course I'm egotistical, but I'm also very self-aware, and that shit wasn't it wasn't the cat's pajamas, so to speak. It wasn't anything crazy. So I'm just glad that I was able to put it in front of people that were going to enjoy it. If you haven't seen it, and you want to see it when I post this podcast or whatever, just feel free to reach out to me. I do have the link. I basically just created a private YouTube link for it. So you can watch it on YouTube, but only if you have the link. Pretty self-explanatory. So just reach out to me. I have no problem sending and sharing that video so that you guys could maybe possibly shed a tear, get a little laugh out of it too. But yeah. So last time I was here with you guys, I was here with Samantha, obviously, and talked about the Miami Heat and, the run that we were on at the time. And, and that was, I wouldn't be lying. I would be lying if I said that, that wasn't part of the reason why I wasn't so excited to come back and make another podcast. Just kind of heartbroken. I wasn't, mad. Can't be mad. Let's just get it all out there. They went further than they ever, were supposed to get. They were 3 minutes away from, a playing game, losing a playing game, not even being in the playoffs. So all of a sudden getting all the way to the finals, even getting a win, game 2, which, kind of gave me some type of hope. Tyler Hero was medically cleared to play, but, they didn't want to. We got to remember his hand that was injured was a shooting hand. So, of course, it's a lot of high hopes to just think that you're going to throw him back out there and he's going to be immediately effective and help us win, a string of games. So it is what it is. We're on to the Dolphins. Hopefully we get Dalvin Cook. Hopefully the Patriots don't get DeAndre Hopkins. Fuck the Jets, as always. And that's pretty much as far as I can go with the Miami Heat. On to the Dolphins, absolutely. I mean, what are we now? End of June. Once July kicks off, start having mini camp at the end of the month. Training camp, the end of July, start getting some preseason games rolling in during August, and I need it, bro. This whole summer slowness has really kicked in. Like, we've been struggling out here. I only got 3 shifts this week. And I know I speak for like all the bartenders that work with me that are nodding their head going, yup, I only got 3 shifts too, except for some. We won't mention them. But yeah, only 3 shifts, man. Like, these hours have been cut. It's been really slow. Even when you do work, like, it's just like painful, just dredging on and just trying to fucking get through the shift. And even though you're trying to make money at the same time, it's almost like the money's not coming into us, you know. And speaking of the bartender stuff, I do have a nice little list, a nice little compiled list of bartender pet peeves and bitchiness that I do have to share with y'all. I mean, it is called the Miami Sports Bar. I wish I could get a graphic right there and I said Miami Sports Bar. You know, I didn't even play my intro music today. You know what? It's never too late for intro music. I had some old man pass out. Ambulance had to come get him.
Welcome to the Miami Sports Bar.
It wasn't my fault though. We only had 4 beers.
Miami Sports Bar.
Alright, that's enough of that. But yeah, that one's not much of a pet peeve, but I'll talk about that. So basically, this old man named George, I believe. It's very disrespectful to talk about this guy like I don't know his name. But yeah, his name was George, and he comes in with the regulars, JM and Allison. Shout out JM, Allison, whatever. And he came in before they came in, right? So he had sat down. He had 1 Bud Light. When I gave him his second one, he asked for the check. Gave him the check. Had a second Bud Light, closed out. They showed up. He ordered another round. JM and Allison showed up. He ordered another round, paid for that round, then moved to a table with them. And they were ordering from me. So I know for a fact that I was not pouring him any beers, right? Because I know what they all drink and whatever, etc. So by the end of the night, and I remember like he's falling asleep, barely walking, and they're telling me like, yeah, you know, don't worry, we got him. We're going to take him home, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, he's an old man. I'm pretty sure he's like 82. And who knows what medication he's on, whatever. But that is not, in the kindest way of saying it, not my fucking problem. Sorry, I spared you guys from that cough attack. Not my problem, okay? I am not responsible for what you put into your body outside of the venue or inside of the venue that I'm not giving to you, right? At the end of the day, that's not my fucking problem. Okay, I'm not carrying you anywhere. I'm not doing nothing crazy for you. If you pass out, I'll go ahead and call the ambulance, whatever the case may be, but that's it. So they leave, and a short while after that, I'm at the outside bar, so I see the police lights shining off like the bridge because it's night, you know, we're about to close. And I was like, man, what's going on there? I see a couple of our employees come back in because I guess they went to go check it out. I had Francis, Antonio, and Alex. And they're like, oh, and then they're telling me it was that old man that was at 402. I'm like, oh, that's George. Great. And they're like, yeah, it looks like he like face planted, passed out, whatever. I was like, damn. Well, he only had 4 beers. Alex wants to chime in and say, oh, nah, bro, he had more than 4 beers. And I was like, he did not have more than 4 beers. And if you think that he had more than 4 beers, then don't fucking think that, all right? We're not going to go ahead and throw my name under the bus. If he got snuck some extra beer or whatever happened, like, you know, that is not on me, not my problem. And it's funny because, you know, JM is wobbling himself as he's wobbling, like, out with this old man who can barely walk. So I guess you kind of assume that, like, you know, but I'm not going to be liable. I'm not going to sit there and carry people out. Can't do that. I mean, I recently did carry one of my boys out, but, you know, that was a little different. That was a little... that was a little different. He was definitely drunk and it was my fault. So that's besides the point. The other thing I wanted to speak about was creating your own menu items, right? Listen, nobody minds a little modification, you know, no tomato, no onion, you know, no jalapenos, no cheese. Oh, can you add one thing to it? Yeah, little things like that. But when you get the base of an item, right? And I'm going to use this very specific example without using this lady's name because I don't know her fucking name. She drives me fucking crazy, and every fucking week she finds something else and contorts it, and then whatever. So she ordered a shrimp cob. You wanted a shrimp cob. It was no blue cheese crumbles, sub extra shredded cheese. Not that crazy. The shrimp blackened, not that crazy. Wants extra blue cheese on the side, not that crazy. Wants sauteed mushrooms, sauteed peppers, and sauteed onions added onto the salad. And there was one other thing, I forget. And, of course, something's going to come back wrong with that because that's not a Cobb salad. And who puts sauteed mushrooms, onions, and peppers onto a fucking salad? Like, that doesn't even sound good. It sounds fucking awful. And then no blue cheese crumbles, but extra blue cheese. It's like the little things like that in the service industry that, like, will get me, like, crazy. Because I'm like, not that it's a big deal. Like, that alone in a tunnel, like, just looking at that one singular request. No blue cheese crumbles, but you want extra blue cheese dressing on the side. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like saying, I don't want the onion ring on that burger, but I want extra onions on it. You know, like, something that's, I don't know. It just drives me crazy. Like, doing stuff like that. Like, you can't go into a restaurant. And like I said, like, of course, make little modifications here and there. And especially when you're going in there on, like, a Friday night, the kitchen's backed up. Like, every chef or line cook or fry guy or whatever they are, they're all taught specific ways on how to make these items. Like, they're taught exactly how it's supposed to be made, how it's supposed to be prepped, whatever. So that's why once you start, like, really bending things up, especially when it's busy, that's when all of a sudden food takes forever and food comes out wrong. And now you're going to send it back, and now I have to re-ring it probably the same exact way because you're not going to change your mind, obviously. It creates a problem, and it's really creating a problem for yourself, but we can't explain it to you. So I thought I'd do it right now on the podcast. When you go to a restaurant, like I said, you like no onion, no cheese, no jalapeno, nothing spicy on it, no mayo. One little thing, yeah, that's fine. But subtracting 2 or 3 things and adding 4 things that have nothing to do, that are not even relevant with that food item, I mean, you just got to rethink it. Like, I don't think I'm crazy, and I'm pretty sure I speak for a lot of us out there. Like I said, like, if you come, like, on a Tuesday lunch where there's, barely anybody in the restaurant, yeah, of course, that's something I can go talk to the chef, see what we can do. It'll probably come out perfect. But you come in on a Friday night, 8 o'clock at night, the place is fucking popping, and that's when you decide, oh, I'm going to create my own menu item. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit crazy about. And then, piggybacking off of that point, now you're adding all these items. Where in your right mind makes you think that you're not going to pay to add for these items? Right? Like, hey, there's got to be somebody listening in the background like, preach, because this is all the time. You want to add something, but you don't want to be charged for it? Where does that make sense? Oh, but I didn't want this, so can you just give me that and not charge me? No. You know why? Because that item is already including the price of whatever you took off, but not including the price of whatever you want now. That is not how inventory works. It's like when someone asks me for a Long Island and they say, well, because we have a recipe for a Long Island. Oh, well, can you just put Casamigos instead? No, because the tequila I'm putting is worth this much, and our Casamigos is worth that much. And just putting a note that said sub Casamigos don't mean shit. So I'm going to be up a tequila that's worth this much and short a tequila worth that much. And then we're going to get a paragraph this fucking long in the group chat saying, where the fuck is all of our Casamigos? Work with us. Be reasonable. You know what I mean? And the craziest part is that a lot of these upcharges are, Duffy's has gotten a little out of control. We will charge you $10 for 4 pieces of shrimp because, Duffy's is Duffy's. But, add on some sauteed onions, $1.99, like, $2, $3. I mean, you are at a restaurant at the end of the day. No matter what. Like, you're not here to eat for free. You expect to pay, and, we expect to be reciprocated. Like, we can only do so much for you. Like, I mean, it's a place of business, We're here to make you happy, but not for free, if that makes sense. What's free is the music you're listening to, the water when you're hot, if you want to drink it, the bathroom attendant that's been there now trying to keep the bathrooms cleaner, shit like that. The parking is free. All that, fine. But you want to eat and drink? Sorry, you gotta pay for it. I don't know what to tell you. There's a UFC fight on? Oh, you're not watching it? Sorry, you gotta pay $10. Oh my god, $10 gonna break the bank? Then you shouldn't be out. And it always comes back to like when I'm saying all this like venting like type of shit that is like I get so worked up because so much of it is common sense. Like how, like the fact that I have to explain this or even vent about it on my podcast is crazy. I really don't understand. Ooh, my food just got here. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in like 15 minutes, but for you guys it'll be 5 seconds. Mwah. And we're back. I know it's just like 2 seconds for you, but did you miss me?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you would. I low-key, bro, watching Secret Invasion, that the new Marvel show that came out on Disney Plus. Fire. I intended to take like a 10-minute break to eat. That shit definitely turned to like 45 minutes. My bad. Anyways, where was I? What was the last thing I spoke about? It's about the handy dandy notebook. Being mad. Oh yeah, being charge extras. You bums, don't be mad when you get charge extras. Alright, so I probably talked to it before, but it's come up again. So I'll go over it quickly. Stop tipping with your compliments. It's almost like a red flag. Like when you start, throughout the course of servicing or giving good service to a couple of customers or guests or whatever, that they're constantly telling you how amazing you are, how you've made their experience so great, that they only want to come back to see you, blah, blah, blah. A lot of those cases, turn out to be good and, you tip well. And then the other side of it is like, okay, I've been sitting at your table for 3 hours. I racked up a $200 check. I'm going to tell you how amazing you are. I'm going to leave you a fucking review. I'm going to tell your manager as I'm walking out how great you are. But then you only leave a 10% tip. No. I'd rather you tell me I was a fucking piece of shit and give me 20% all fucking day. I'd rather you walk out and tell my manager, not walk out, but you don't pay, but as you're walking out, tell my manager that I was subpar, but you still gave me a 20% tip. I'll take that. Because I will eat the little side meeting I have with my manager afterwards to, as I get reprimanded, because I will still have that 20% tip. You understand? I just don't. And that one, it's almost like sneaky. Like, some of them might just like have shitty tipping, like a shitty tipping culture, like instilled in them. And the other ones, like, you just gotta think there's gotta be people out there that'd be like, they're gonna compliment you so much and compliment you over the top so much throughout the visit that you're gonna overlook their shitty tip. No. What we're gonna remember about you is that you're a shitty tipper. Promise, every time, 9 times out of 10. See, that was quick. I told you that was painless. You gotta rip that fucking Band-Aid off. Do we like shitty tippers?
No.
Oh god, I can't stop using it. Let's listen to his voice, huh?
No.
That's so cute. And that was him saying no when I was recording the engagement. And I did when we're all in the restaurant now, all the friends and family, whatever. And I'm going around being like, anything you want to say to the newly engaged couple? And I said, hey Saint, you want to say anything to Mama or Dada? And he just goes,
no.
You know what, maybe if you guys are lucky, I'll pull up the video before I'm done. Last thing I'll go over, and I'll save a couple for another day, is screaming my name when I'm talking to other customers. Fucking stop. Please just fucking stop. Like, I understand, first of all, I guess I can't expect anyone to ever stop screaming my name because it's been so long now that I've been bitching about this that it's never gonna happen. Like, I get it. It comes with the territory. But, if I'm talking to another guest, trying to take their order or whatever it is, even if I'm just having a conversation with them, let me finish that conversation. Or, come walk around real quick and be like, hey, Joey, when you get a chance, okay? I'm talking about, let's just picture a bar with 20 seats on one side, right? And you're sitting at seat 1, and I'm speaking to somebody at seat 17 on the same side. So 16 seats away from you. So let's say that's roughly 30 feet away from you. Why are you screaming my name? And I'm literally there talking to them. Literally there talking to them. I don't know why I just sound so stupid. And he just says, Joey! Joey! Isn't that annoying? That's just annoying. And sometimes not even a fucking order, but I've been through that before in the past. But, I do, now to get away from all of my venting bullshit, there was, oh no, the behind the scenes. there was some funny TikToks. Well, okay, first I want to tell you guys, this guy, Anthony DeMonte, whatever, shout out to this guy. I mean, I don't need to shout him out, right? Look at this guy, 262,000 followers. Like, he's chill. But, the guy's kind of funny, you know, whatever. But he works at this, like a sandwich spot. And he makes, like, crazy sandwiches, and I'll show you one. But, right? He really made me crave, like a nice Italian deli style like sub. So I find one, and there's like none around here, and the ones that there are, they're like half-ass, whatever. They specify one certain type of like, you know, side of things. So I went and found something that was like in Pompano. It was a solid 40-minute drive, and me and Samantha went yesterday. And I got, like, they had this thing, it had chicken cutlet and eggplant and all this, and it was fucking disgusting. Like, one of the worst. Like, I ate half of it. I'm getting sick just thinking about it. I ate half of it just to be nice, because the people there was nobody in the building. It was like a little, like, a deli market thing. Nobody there. Super nice. There are two guys. It's like, you know, two old New York Italian style dudes. You know, they've been open 50 years, yada, yada, yada. They were really cool. Oh, how was the sub? Amazing, bro. I walk out there, I took the other half home just to throw it away. Like, it was disgusting. But I'm telling you, like I want something like this.
One layer of turkey, American cheese.
You see,
Bacon,
chicken.
and now we throw her in the
Like,
oven.
you know, it's a lot of shit, but it's like,
Paca. Tomatoes from the garden. Little lettuce. Extra
look
big.
at how good he makes it.
Picasso action with the mayonnaise. Close it up. Butter knife cut. Finished right.
Look at that.
Chicken cut.
It's so hard to get something that looks like that. Let's take another one, dude. I see you always gotta be shirtless, you know. I'm not trying to fucking put on a porn show right here. This is his place that he works.
Packers in New York City. 379 Columbia Street, Red Hook. Hot cherry
Look at that shit.
steak marinated in teriyaki sauce. Also gonna put some avocados.
Like, where do you get like fucking subs like that down here? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to find it. I mean, this shit's fucking crazy. And it was just so disappointing, you know? It was just so funny. I mean, it wasn't funny. It was really sad. I really wasted my day and my money. Like, it was probably like 2.5 hour round trip. Like, the traffic getting back was trash. The fuck is this? I wasn't trying to show you anything here. This one I wanted to show you guys because it's funny, because it really points out how stupid fucking people are. And this is like right on my brand of comedy, where he is insulting them without letting them in on the joke and without insulting them, so that they really, like, you know, they don't get it. And then, you know, at some point, like, their grandkids will show them and they'll be embarrassed and pissed off. But, like, you know, it's some good funny. This one you gotta hear more.
I'm happy right now because I haven't seen near as many rainbow flags and rubbish as we seen last year.
They're making the kids wear these flags and these hats. Yes. Right? And it's like, don't make the kids wear these flags and these
As you literally flags, hat, you know, just to make sure you're in on the joke.
hats and make it their entire personality.
Absolutely.
They make it their whole identity. They've got the shirts, they've got the flags, they got the hats, they got the shirts. It's like it's their whole personality. You got these people with these flags, they're waving it in our faces.
Right. I don't care if you're gay.
Like, just don't wave this flag in my face. These flags everywhere that they wave around in everyone's face. It's become their entire personality.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have these people
Absolutely.
with their flags and their hats that they wave around in everyone's faces, and it's become their entire personality.
I live in a place where everybody is gay. I could say
You
that.
can't say gay, it's Florida.
Oh. No, that's only at Disney.
You should have seen how it looked me trying to just get on a flight to get down here with a MAGA hat on. They treated me like I was Osama bin Laden.
It's become harder to be open about your identity nowadays. Right?
Yeah, people just need to speak up. They need to say what they believe. I'm a straight male as well.
You're a straight white male.
And I'm proud of that.
You should see my truck. I can't see out my back window because I got so many bumper stickers. Just on a Saturday or Sunday, I got nothing to do. I put my flags out and I ride through town to remind everybody.
I can't wear a MAGA hat in some places
I gotta
because,
clip that.
you know, some people don't like that identity. Can you imagine, like, going someplace and being attacked just for your identity?
That's crazy. No.
Tell me
fucking way.
that's, I don't know what that is. Tell me that wasn't fucking perfect. Like, that was like, mwah, fucking chef's kiss. It's like, oh, they have all these shirts and these hats and they're waving their pride flags in your face and they're literally all doing the same thing. Now, I am not here to tell you, like, you know, I'm not here to, like, you know, get into a political debate I'm not about anything. Like, but it's just like the hypocrisy in some of these people's, like, arguments are just so fucking funny, you know? Where like, oh, they have it all in their face and, you know, they want to make sure everybody knows that they're gay or transgender or whatever. But, like, look at you. Like, it's just so, so, like, the irony is so fucking beautiful in there. And then something just to cleanse the palate that I found this really funny. I like these guys. What are they? I don't know. This might just be one of them. It's like a group of guys and this one chick that makes these funny-ass videos. And it is some funny shit right here. And this is probably going to be towards the end of my video. I know you guys want me to keep going, right? No. Oh, I guess Saint doesn't want to. So I guess after this it'll be it.
You know, it's not a good idea to break into cars when Big Daddy's here. I love it. There's nothing that can go wrong for a Spider-Man.
What? Look at how rizzed up this guy is for some reason.
Do you know what you have done? You've broken the canon. The fuck is Mexican Spider-Man doing?
What's up, fuckers?
The Cuban Spider-Man is my favorite.
Spider-Man come
I'm Mexican Spider-Woman.
Make Spider-Man come You and Spider-Man come
I'm Mexican Spider-Woman.
I'm Mexican too, but illegal. Okay, Tobey Maguire. You're all a Spider-Man, there's no difference.
I love later on they all like go and hold their dicks so that it's all bulging out. 10 out of 10, I would watch that movie. Almost forgot, as promised, I had to show you guys the Saint clip just before we go. Saint, you want to say anything to Dada or Mama? No. You don't want to say anything? Okay. Well, guys, thanks for coming back and tuning in to another episode of the Miami Sports Bar podcast. Hopefully, Fantasy Sports Bar podcast will soon be coming to you if you're interested in that or any of your friends might be interested. I will try to make myself a unbiased fantasy football podcast that gives hints and, you know, little tips and stuff like that to try to help you in your fantasy football journey. Maybe it'll be your first year playing. I have helped a few people in their first couple years when they start up, and, you know, it's not that I'm a champion or whatever, it's just that I do know my football. And, you know, fantasy football, anyone will tell you, as cocky as a lot of us like to be, is so much luck at the end of the day. But I love imparting my knowledge on that. I love talking sports, obviously, not only just venting about the world of bartending. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Make sure, as always, you love yourselves. Bye. Mwah.